Layla, I can tell something's going on. What else is on your mind that you might want to talk about?
Nothing.
Oh?
I finished filming.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I have to edit it. But I'm pretty excited, so
Congratulations.
thank you. I just keep thinking about that. So, yeah.
Has it given you closure, do you think?
I don't know. I think I just had to do it. And, it just makes me feel really happy just to get out of school and to just get out of my hectic schedule and to just, do something that I'm really passionate about and to just be creative. And I think that's, how he made me feel.
Well, I know it's difficult letting go of someone who's pushed you to your passion.
Yeah.
Do you still think about him?
Sometimes.
Mm?
And, but, I think I'm at a place where I'm ready to let go, though. Although I still write him letters.
Mm.
I actually wrote him a letter, which I'm not going to send, but I want someone to hear it, and I brought it today, so is it okay if I read it to you?
Oh, sure, of course. Go for it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Dear Henry, we haven't talked in a while. I wanted to write this to you because, well, my therapist says that writing can bring closure. So here's my attempt at summing up everything that I would say to you if you were here just willing to listen. I remember the day we met just like it was yesterday. The funny thing is that, although it has been years, I still remember exactly how you looked that night and everything that we talked about. You were there being your charming self, while I stood outside of the bar, lighting up a cigarette. You took it away and said, "You don't need that." Later on in that night, I had your arms around me, and you told me about your life, your childhood, how you struggled as you bravely chose to follow your dreams, and how the experience of losing your brother made you feel so grateful to be alive and to have the life that you do. It felt good to talk to you. You felt familiar to me. And it's safe to say that I wanted to see you again. No feelings. That's what we agreed on. But we both know that that's not how feelings work. You were a constant surprise to me. I'd give you 2 options and you'd pick a third. You'd call me a nerd, throw popcorn at me and laugh whenever I'd fall. I think your unpredictable nature was precisely what drew me to you. With you, I felt like a kid. You were so different from me, but the same. I thought it was fascinating how we grew up thousands of miles away from each other in different worlds. You didn't speak my first language. My bedtime stories didn't feature the kings and queens who were on yours. I was brown, you were blue, and yet there we were, completely in sync with each other. Fascinating, isn't it? How 2 pieces from 2 different puzzles can sometimes perfectly fit. Life was weighing me down. I was so busy, going from one checklist to the next, that I lost sight of the things that made me feel whole. Every day was a routine, and I had come to terms with that. I was okay with that, at least until you came along. At the end of a tiring day, you were the one I thought about. You were there for me, to remind me to look after myself when I had been working too hard. To remind me that life was more than a collection of achievements and expectations. And of course, to make me those delicious sandwiches I could never stop talking about. I always loved watching you play, watching you be be the artist that you were made me realize how much I missed that about myself. And before I knew it, I was writing again. I was playing again. Something I loved about you, Henry, was that you never gave up. Like how you never stopped trying to make me the perfect drink. It was 2 a.m. on a Thursday, and I was laughing at your inability to make me a drink that didn't burn my throat. And I realized I was so happy. Happier than I had been in a long time. And that's when I realized I loved you for the first time. Whenever I had a bad day, you were the one that came to mind. Somehow, watching movies at your place and dancing to music became my favorite things in the world. I remember how you gave me books to read and bought me tickets to see the Disaster Artists because you knew I loved to read and to make films. I danced, you sang, and we wrote, we created, and just like that I was hooked. I was so happy with you, so alive. I never wanted to let that go.
You, Henry, you were a moment I could live forever.
You can stop if you'd like.
I let you go.
Are you sure? Absolutely? Okay, then go on.
But then, she came along. And I slowly watched you as you fell in love with her. I remember the last day I saw you. And I think I have played that moment over and over in my mind 1,000 times, just thinking of what I could have said, what I could have done that would have made you stay. I have beaten myself up every time I tried to call you, hoping that you'd answer. I've called myself weak and stupid and told myself I was better than that. But looking back at it now, I do those things all over again. Because closure doesn't happen overnight. Closure comes when you accept things as they are. And to me, that was to understand that the answers were as clear as your words. There was nothing I could have done. There was nothing I could do. You could not love me, and what you were to me, she was to you. Now, I can tell you about all the reasons why I wish things were different, or why I wish you saw in me what I saw in you. But I think sometimes we get too blinded by wanting someone for ourselves that we forget what it means to truly love someone. And for me, it is to say that even in our darkest moments, remember the good. Remember those beautiful memories. Find inspiration and understand that a sorrowful ending doesn't have to lessen the significance of a beautiful journey. It is to say that I am glad you're happy. I'm so glad you're happy, even if it is not with me. Maybe you're wondering where I'm going with this. I guess what I want to say is that I miss you. I miss you the most when I feel ordinary. The way you used to look at me, with so much curiosity and light in your eyes, made me feel so invincible. It made me feel so safe and alive, like I was capable of doing everything I ever wanted to do. I don't think of you all the time anymore. I guess I have come to terms with being happy for you. But I miss you when I find things that inspire me. When I look at a sunset with beautiful hints of orange and blue, I think of you. I could never count on you to love me, but I could always count on you to love my creative curiosity. You encouraged it. You inspired it. I miss that. I miss that about you because I want to sit in front of a fire and talk about all the shades of blue in an ocean far, far away. I want to look at you from across the room and feel things that I haven't found the words for. I want to write, sing, and make music out of all the sadness I have ever felt. I want to dance my heart out and feel the essence of every person I have ever loved within me. And I think you understand that, so I miss you. This is not me saying that I want to talk to you again, because some things are never meant to be. This is to say thank you for showing me the artist that was there in me all along. This is to say that wherever you are, I hope you're happy. I hope you have found happiness. And I hope you have the same smile on your face that I can still picture perfectly when I close my eyes. And most importantly, I hope you're inspired like I am, because of you. I hope you continue to write and to create, and that life is setting you aflame and making you feel alive. Henry, I feel you living out there, and that's enough for me. Frankly, knowing that you exist in this world, even if we never talk or see each other again, still makes me feel so happy.
Love, Layla.